Alright, all you badass Night's Watchmen of the wall, of our giant wall of ice. MrDarkPhoenix Spider-Man here to let you know that the Night's Watch needs us to watch the wall. Therefore, we have to arm ourselves for battle. So, I've got my trusty sword right here. And for all them pesky long-range attacks, I got my bow here. And just in case I want to be a cheating asshole, I have my trusty dragon. Reptaro's here. He will rain fire on my enemies. And if not, he'll chainsaw them. Because that's what dragons do. MrDarkPhoenix Spider-Man here with the Game of Thrones episode review, The Watchers of the Wall. So, if you haven't seen the episode, it's letting you know right now this is going to be a spoiler review. So if you haven't seen it, come back to me when you have. But if you have seen it, sit back and relax and we can talk about it. Because this episode was a lot of stuff. Not as painful as last week, but still had its moments of stuff. So let's just jump right into it. First, let's just talk about how John is not a poet when he tries to explain what sex is to Sam. Because it's really funny that Sam was the one that pointed out the loophole, even though a lot of the people in the Night's Watch have been breaking the no sex rule. I mean, even I think a couple of them were at a brothel in a couple of the episodes. So it's like, okay, you made the discovery, you made it known with words, but you could have just gone out and fucked Gilly. I mean, you can now, because you're becoming a badass, so you still drop the panties in one of them episodes in Season 5, I hope, or Season 6. You make a man wait 3 seasons, you're a huge bitch. I'm just throwing that out there. Can we talk about what the fuck kind of owl sound that was when that guy warged into the owl? And just coming off that, how many wargs are there? I thought like Bran and what's-his-face were the only ones. I thought they were like a rare group. And the, oh yeah, and the guy from the Wildlings too. Okay, damn. What is it? Everybody gets to be a warg? It's Bran, what's-his-face kid that looks like Peter Pan from Once Upon a Time, the dead Wildling guy, and now the other freaky face guy. Whatever. But still, he was like, oh. Me and my family had the same reaction. We were all dying when we heard that owl. We were like, what the hell kind of owl is that? I'm like, I don't know what kind of owl that is. His owl must have a cold. I didn't know owls have sore throats until I found out he was warging into the animal, but I don't think you warging into an animal changes how it sounds. But I'm no warg, I'm no expert, so I'm just going to leave it at that. But funny ass owl sound nonetheless. And this episode is a big, heavy, centric scene on the wall and Castle Black. So there's no cutaways anybody else. It's strictly this kind of episode. A lot of battle scenes the whole time. And I really like that. I really like how it was action the whole time. Action scenes throughout the whole episode. It was really good how they focus on that. Because honestly, to have it done any other way wouldn't have made any sense. So, and I feel like every Game of Thrones season gets one episode that focuses on one specific, like, war type of battle. So I feel like this is this season's one. Like, I think, like, remember the Battle of Blackwater Bay was another one where they focus on that. So I feel like every season they're gonna focus more on another major battle. But I'm not sure of another major battle that's gonna happen anytime soon. So if you know, don't let me know. Don't tell me. Jonice and Black Magus, do not tell me. Just don't. Shoutouts to you too, because I like you guys. But yeah, don't tell me what. Yeah, don't tell me of any other major battles unless I tell you. Don't tell me. I'm so serious. Yeah, can we talk about how they walked into how they ran to the kitchen and then the chefs started to murder them? I love that because I was like, okay, I understand you trying to kill the village. I'm all right with that to an extent, but you don't go running into the kitchen. That's where food and knives live. And you got yourself chefed in the face for your stupidity. But why not? Because y'all are crazy. Can we just talk about also how when he let Ghost out, I was like, oh shit, we about to get some Ghost action. Ghost only killed one person, and a lot of people were wondering and asking me why, and I'm like, well, the CG budget can only go so high during the seasons, and the ones that eat up the CG budget the most are the dragons. So they would like to add the dire wolves more often, but just the fact that the dragons are this high on the damn CG budget, yeah, that's not gonna happen. That's why a lot of people always ask how come they don't show the dragons more often. I'm like, well, in the book you can use your imagination, and that's perfectly fine. Your imagination is free, but adding them on the show costs a lot of money. Because CG costs a lot. I don't know how much, I'm not in that department yet, but I'm guessing it's pretty expensive because they haven't showed them that much. But like I said, you know, the Direwolves get their chance, and we see some good stuff when we can. But Ghost is great nonetheless. I'm glad John got him, so can't say much about that. I just want to say how Ygritte was the one that was popping people off, like, the whole episode. She was like non-stop. Like she's playing Halo. She got Kill Apocalypse, she got Killionaire, she got Kilimanjaro. Ygritte's new name for this episode is Hillary Clinton. I said it. Her name is Hillary Clinton for this episode. She was just popping people off left and right without getting stopped until she saw Jon Snow. After Jon Snow killed that guy, which is actually pretty deserved, but you know, I liked how in the episode they were strategizing and the other two people were getting whatevered. I think they're dead. I think Jon's in charge now. I'm pretty sure Jon's in charge now, which is good, because Jon Snow needs some shift to his name. But I liked that, how pretty much Jon stepped up, and he pretty much, you know, was like, yo, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. I only felt bad because it was like, okay, that other guy's a pussy, because he hid with Gilly and the baby, so they should hang his ass. Jon should hang him. Hang him right there. Be like, you want to be a coward? That's what happens to you. I wonder if Jon has that. Oh, wait. That's only a theory. Never mind. Yeah, Sam's a badass. And I'm kind of liking this side of him when he's like raising his voice and getting bass in his voice and saying it with his chest. Say it with your chest, you giant fat man, you. Do it for all us fat men alike. Well, I got bass in my voice, but you get the idea. And can we just talk about how the hell did they get giants and mammoths? And why can't other people have exotic animals like that? Could you warg into a mammoth? I don't understand that. Like, and speaking of other people, let's bring out a guest star and wonder where the hell he is. Where are your people? This is Frosty Bastard, for people that don't know. He is the White Walker representative that I kidnapped. Where are your people? Don't they help at the wall or something? Aren't you supposed to protect that? What the hell are you doing? He doesn't even know, which is great. Well, one thing I do have to know is whether if the White Walkers do find the graveyard of people, could they do the whole spell where they tap the forehead and the eyes turn blue to the giants? Because that would be broken if they could, and they would have their army, and then we'd all be screwed. So, if Jonas and Black Magus could comment on something, could the White Walkers transform the dead people into one of their own? Or do they have to be babies? Because of the babies, it's fine. I mean, you can't find a baby in the battlefield, but, you know, whatever. You can just leave it at that if you want. Yeah, I felt bad when the other two guys died, because I felt they were the homies of the Night's Watch. I thought they were like Jon Snow's homies and whatnot. I kind of felt bad for them. So, rest in peace, you two. I liked y'all. Y'all were the bros. You know, answer that too. Did they die in the books? I don't even know. But, and then Jon Snow and Ygritte had their little tender moment, and I was all like, aw, you ain't gonna kill him. You remember that cave sex. Yeah, you can't forget that shit. You ain't ever forgetting that shit. And then the little boy shot her. I felt like the little boy should have shot the guy that was like, I'm gonna eat your dead mother and your dead father, but beggars can't be choosers. And then Ygritte's dying, and she was like, remember that cave? Yeah, we should go back to that. We will one day. And her last words were literally, you know nothing, Jon Snow. And then she died. I was like, holy crap. I cannot believe she died on her catchphrase. Everybody should die on their catchphrase. Like, seriously. It's like, you know nothing, Jon Snow. I would have, and I'm going to be completely honest with you guys, I would have felt a lot worse, because I liked Ygritte and the homies, but since Oberyn died just last week, my heart is still numb. I still have a stone heart for these kinds of situations, so I don't feel as bad, because I loved Oberyn. So, yeah. And you guys seem to like my Red Viper in the Mountain review, so let's just say let's just say my stone heart hasn't softened yet from all this crap. But All in all, it was a great episode. I love the fight scenes and the cinematography. I love that everybody looked. I cannot wait. Well, I can wait because next week is the unfortunate season finale, but all great things must come to an end. We have to wait another 10 months for it to come back, but I'm hoping that the Game of Thrones cast will come to New York Comic Con and they will be able to have interviews and I'll be able to meet and interview them, and then I will profess my undying love to Emilia Clarke. Let her know that she will love me. I will be her father of dragons. Moving on from that, comment questions of the day. Are you guys still so traumatized from last week's death that you just didn't give a shit about this one? Comment question number 1. Comment question number 2 is, who do you think is going to take the battle between the Wildlings and the Indian Chiefs versus the Night's Watch? And the final comment question of the day is, what are you most excited for and what do you expect from the season's finale? Comment down below and let me know. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to another great episode of Game of Thrones. I'm going to catch you guys next week for the finale. And always remember to comment, rate, and subscribe. Give me a big thumbs up to all your awesome friends and all that good stuff. And always remember also through good times and bad times. Always remember to geek out and enjoy your lives. I'm going to catch you guys next week.